See, did you getting my voice? Please reply. Did you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have seen the construction of the n-channel junction field effect transistor, right? So in this discussion, we have to be seen the 2P, right? These 2P indicate that these 2P are connected to each other through one of the single contact, right? Connected to each other, and these 2P are doped on two different side of the this n channel, right? So these 2P are heavily doped. It indicate that there should be highest amount of impurity added with respect to this type of the configuration, right? So normally it have three terminals, that is gate, drain, and the source terminal. Drain is up towards the upward terminal, source is towards the downward, and gate is in between. These 2P connected each other and it forms the one of the terminal, that is a gate terminal, right? See, in this case, see, PN, basically it is nothing any other, right? This configuration is nothing any other. It is a PN junction diode. How it is? See, PN, basically it is nothing but means whatever the thing which should be applied across your PN junction diode, that all the things should be applied across this type of the configuration. Why it is? Because it is as like as PN junction diode. So we know that during the case of PN junction diode, we know that when we have not applying any voltage, right? When we are not applying any voltage, in that case, what happen? The electrons from P and the electrons from N and holes from P, that are the majority carrier that are traveled to each other, that should be coming to the center position of it, and they should be recombine each other. This will be happen when they have to be connected to each other, right? This will be happen. Why that happen? Because opposite poles are the attracted to each other, right? Opposite poles are attracted to each other. It indicates that there should be attraction of it. So that's why what happened, due to this attraction, they can recombine each other during this portion. This will be happen up to the small event, right? After all, what happened, there should be one of the layer, this is called as depletion layer. One of the layer, that is depletion layer, forms. So that's why no further or electrons from N and the holes from P travel to each other, and they cannot be recombined, right? So that's why there is a recombination. There should be depletion layer is formed, right? This will be happen in this case PN, both cases this depletion layer is formed, right? This will be happen when we have applying the zero voltage across your n channel JFET, right? This is happen when we are applying the zero, and we know how to be applying the another type of, either your positive or negative, according to the size of this layer should be increase and the decrease. Why it is? Because see, when we have not applying any voltage, indicate that we have applying the zero voltage. Zero voltage of it has small as the depletion region. So from electron from your source to the drain, right? Area for this source to the electrons traveling. See, whatever the area from traveling of the your whatever the electrons or holes, that should be more, means initially when we have not applying any voltage, in that case there should be maximum area, the maximum area in between your this gap, right? This is nothing but when VGS is equal to 0, VGS indicate that gate to source which is equal to 0. In that case, largest amount of electron travel from your source to the drain, this will be happen. See, this is the thing as I can discuss with respect to you. See, JFET indicate that junction field effect transistor. In this case, operation takes place due to the majority charge carrier. In this case, we have seen that diagram. In that diagram, there should be N is larger. That's why here is a electrons are major, right? So here, in case of n channel JFET, there should be current conduction takes place due to the both, that is electrons, due to the only electron, right? Why it is? Because majority of the electron, this will be happen in case of JFET, right? We know that there should be two p bar which should be connected to opposite way of this n channel, right? And they have to be heavily doped. This will we have to be seen, and the two p bar connected to each other, that form the one of the terminal, that is gate terminal, and the upper side there is a one terminal, that is drain, and lower side there is a one terminal, that is a source. This will be the thing with respect to the construction of n channel JFET. See, up to now we have to be seen that how the normally construction of JFET and what are the different things with respect to the JFET, right? Up to now, we have to be known that in case of N channel JFET, there should be N channel indicate that there is a more number of the electrons, so that in case of N channel, there should be current conduction takes place due to the majority charge carrier, that is electron, right? This will be happen in case of your N channel JFET. Now see, we have seen the actually working of your N channel JFET. Normally, actually we have seen the things with respect to this is that we have not applying any voltage, right? Not applying any voltage indicate that म्हणजेच काय सांगा बरं, काही व्होल्टेज अप्लाय करायचं नाही, म्हणजेच काय सांगा, एक मॅथमॅटिकल काय तर वर्ड असेल ना, काहीच अप्लाय करायचं म्हणजे त्याला काय म्हणतात, काहीच नाही म्हणजे किती झालं. आपण सुरुवात तुमच्या अंकांची सुरुवात कितीपासून करतो,
0.
right. So we doesn't apply and indicate that we have applied the VGS equal to 0, right? It's simplest thing is when we have to be seen the operation of your JFET, we have taking the two condition, that is VGS equal to 0 and VGS equal to negative. 5 we have applied the negative voltage, 5 we doesn't apply positive voltage, that we have also seen in a next session. Now see, VGS equal to 0, as we have to be seen this diagram, this is as like as VGS equal to 0 because we doesn't apply any voltage. Doesn't apply any voltage indicate that VGS means gate to source voltage, which is 0, right? This is the things. Now see, we know that there are two operating condition of the junction field effect transistor. One is VGS less than 0, it indicate that less than 0 indicate that it is a negative voltage, and other is VGS equal to 0, right? There are two things with respect to JFET. Either you have to apply the negative voltage, negative indicate that less than 0 voltage, and either you have applied the no any voltage, that is VGS equal to 0. These are the two operating condition of the JFET, right? So when we are not applying any voltage, in that case, what happen? We have applied the not voltage. See, there are three terminals with respect to JFET, that is a gate, drain, source, right? So in that case, what we have to do, VGS equal to 0 indicate that during between the gate and source, we doesn't apply any voltage, right? We doesn't apply any voltage, but to operating this configuration, we have applied the some positive voltage with respect to drain and the source, right? So for the operation of this, means for the operation of this, there are two operating condition. One is VGS equal to 0 and other is VGS equal to negative, right? So we have seen the first condition, VGS equal to 0, right? So it indicates that gate to source, whatever the voltage applied, that should be opened or it should be taken as a 0 voltage is applied. For the operating means trailing of the majority charge carrier, we have to be applying the positive voltage in between your drain and the source, right? We have to be applying the positive voltage between the drain and the source, right? So it is nothing but a small voltage. Small voltage indicate that it should be positive voltage are applied across it, right? So due to that positive voltage is applied across it, this should be there should be formation of the current flowing through the devices. Now see, we have seen this condition with respect to this diagram, right? See, we have applied the VGS which is equal to 0. 0 indicate that there should be smallest depletion layer. This is the depletion layer. We should be coming up across this configuration, right? Smallest. We know we have applying the voltage between drain and source, right? So drain have applied the positive voltage and source have applied the negative voltage, right? So negative voltage indicate that is it forward bias or negative bias? Tell me. N have applied the minus voltage, P have applied this upper portion have applied the sum of the voltage, right? So N have applied the positive negative voltage. What it indicates that it should be moving into forward bias, right? So what happens when we have applying the voltage between drain and source? Positive indicate that plus is applied to the drain and negative is applied to the N. So what it indicates that in case of N, there should be majority charge carrier, that is electrons are major, and we have applying the negative voltage. See, we have applying the negative voltage. What it indicate that due to the negative indicate that plus is here, minus is here. right? So due to that, here is a majority charge carrier, that is electron. It have applied the minus voltage. So that's what happened. Here is a majority charge carrier, that is electron. So that's electron travels from this layer, means from your this layer indicate that your drain, see drain, because drain that should be traveled from drain towards the source. Why that happen? Because here we have applied the voltage that is a negative. Due to that negative voltage, there should be flow of this current from your source to the drain. Why source to the drain? Because here is a minus applied, see here is a minus applied, so minus applied to the n indicate that it is going into forward bias, right? It is going into forward bias. So forward bias indicate that here is a majority of the electron, right? So that due to the forward bias, this majority charge carrier traveling from your source to the drain. Drain source is nothing but a source of majority charge carrier. Drain indicate that it is the collector of the majority charge carrier. So that's why your whatever the electrons that should be traveling from your source to the drain, this will be happen when we have applied the VGS equal to 0. This is the value, means when we have applying the VGS equal to 0, there should be largest number of current flowing through the device. That current is called as IDSS. Why IDSS? The definition for it. See, the reason behind it is when we have not applying any VGS voltage, it indicates that no voltage is applied to it. It indicates that no reverse biasing of this 2P, right? No, this 2P indicate that there should be, see there should be, basically it is a p-n junction diode. That's why smallest depletion layer, smallest we should be coming across it. So the traveling of this electron, largest path is happen with respect to is, so current flowing through that is nothing but a drain current id. But the when VGS equal to 0, in that case whatever the current flowing from your source to the drain, that current is called as id, and that should be more. That's why it is called as IDSS current. Means when VGS equal to 0, there should be largest amount of current flowing through the device. That largest amount of current is called as IDSS current. लक्षात आलंय का? IDSS म्हणजे काय? आणि ज्यावेळेस VGS equal to 0 असतो त्यावेळेस लार्जेस्ट अमाउंट ऑफ करंट का फ्लो होतो? प्लीज रिप्लाय द्या मला. लक्षात येतंय का? थोडक्यात मराठीत सांगतो, लक्षात घ्या. ज्यावेळेस आपण याला VGS equal to 0 अप्लाय करतो, 0 व्होल्टेज अप्लाय करतो, त्यामुळे काय होतं, फक्त डिप्लेशन लेअर मुळे, म्हणजे इथं काय होतं, ज्यावेळेस हे पीएन जंक्शन सारखं आहे, त्यामुळे काय होतं की इथं फक्त स्मॉलेस्ट डिप्लेशन लेअर फॉर्म होतो ज्यावेळेस VGS equal to 0 असतो त्यावेळेस. त्यामुळे हा जो एरिया आहे तुमचा इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्लो होण्यासाठी, तो एरिया मोठा असतो, लक्षात घ्या. त्यामुळे जास्तीत जास्त करंट फ्लो होतो. तो करंट म्हणजे ड्रेन करंट असतो, पण तो जास्तीत जास्त असल्यामुळे त्याला त्या करंटला डिफाईन केलं जातं IDSS करंट. म्हणजे ज्यावेळेस VGS equal to 0 असतं त्यावेळेस जास्तीत जास्त करंट तुमच्या डिव्हाइस मधनं फ्लो होतो, आणि त्या करंटलाच IDSS करंट असं म्हटलं जातं. Did you understand IDSS and when the current is more flow in the device? लक्षात येत आहे? प्लीज रिप्लाय द्या.
Yes, sir.
Now we have seen the first condition, that is VGS equal to 0, right? VGS equal to 0, there should be largest number of current flowing through the device, right? And that we have to be seen across here, right? There are another condition across this. See, VGS equal to 0. This is the diagram of the VGS equal to 0, right? So VGS equal to 0 indicate that there should be largest. See, this is the voltage VGS, which is 0 voltage. Get to source 0 voltage. Negative indicate that it is a 0 voltage is applied, and the drain to source. See, drain to source, there should be positive voltage. Plus is applied here, minus is applied to here, right? So minus is applied to the end. That's why larger number of electron travel from your source to the drain, right? This will be happen, right? Now we have seen another condition, that is VGS equal to negative, right? Initially I am explain what will be the thing happen when VGS equal to negative, right? See, when we have applying the VGS equal to negative, in that case, see the diagram, VGS equal to negative voltage. So what happened? I am telling you initially. See, we know that when we have applying the VGS equal to 0, VGS equal to 0 indicate that there should be smallest depletion region form. Why smallest? Because it is act as a, means whatever the internal configuration, it act as a PN junction diode. Now we know that the operation of PN junction diode, when no voltage is applied to the PN junction diode, there should not be holes and electron recombine continuously, right? This will be not happen with respect to PN junction diode, right? So that's why what we have to do, we have applying the another voltage, that is negative voltage across it. So when the negative voltage is applied across your PN junction diode, see, you don't consider it should be as like a JFET, because if you have to be consider this concept with respect to JFET, you have जमले, right? लक्षात घ्या, याचा concept कसा लक्षात ठेवायचा, तुमचं पीएन जंक्शन डायोड आहे, त्याला तुम्ही निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज अप्लाय करताय. निगेटिव्ह म्हणजे काय, पी ला मायनस अप्लाय करताय, एन ला पॉझिटिव्ह अप्लाय करताय, काय होईल सांगा बरं? तेच इथं होणार. प्लीज टेल. सी, आपल्याला मला काय सांगायचं सांगतो, व्हॉट एव्हर द थिंग across your JFET is not any other than that of your PN junction diode. Why it is? Because whatever the internally thing connected across it, it is as like as PN junction diode, right? So in case of PN junction diode, we have seen the two conditions, which is equal to 0. 0 indicate that we have applying the 0 voltage to the PN junction diode. Then we have to be seen that whatever the thing happened, right? Now we have to be seen that we have applying the reverse voltage, that is P have applied minus, N have applied the plus voltage. Now tell me what will be the happen, that should be same as like as PN junction diode. सांगा. PN junction diode ला अपोजिट व्होल्टेज म्हणजे P ला मायनस आणि N ला प्लस अप्लाय केलं तर काय होईल सांगा लोक. Right, reverse bias indicate that diode doesn't have any current flowing through the devices. Why it is happen? See, the reason behind it is there should be opposite voltages applied across it. So that's why here is a electrons and holes. If they have already connected to each other, they are going outside, right? Outside. So indicate that there should be reverse bias happen across your devices. So what happen when reverse biases happen? No current flowing through the devices. And another thing, depletion layer is increasing. See here, see here, see, this is the diagram, right? This is the diagram. In this diagram, what we have to be tell here, VGS indicate that gate to source voltage. Why we need of the gate to source voltage? See, गेट इज द कंट्रोल टर्मिनल, लक्षात घ्या, कंट्रोल टर्मिनल आहे आणि त्याचा फ्लो कमी जास्त करायचं काम तुमचा गेट टू सोर्स व्होल्टेज करतं. त्यामुळं आपण गेटला व्होल्टेज अप्लाय करतो, आयदर युअर 0 असेल किंवा निगेटिव्ह असेल, राईट? सो व्हेन वी हॅव टू बी अप्लाय द निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज, निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज इंडिकेट दॅट वी हॅव अप्लाय द मायनस व्होल्टेज टू द पी. सी हियर, मायनस व्होल्टेज टू द पी and the plus voltage to the N. Did you understand? In case of this configuration, as I have told you, see, in case of this type of the configuration indicate that JFET, we have applied the minus voltage when VGS equal to negative. It indicates that we have applied the minus voltage to the P and plus voltage to the N. So it is nothing but it is as like as reverse bias operation of your diode. Okay, reverse bias of diode, operation of diode. So it indicates that we know that when we have applied the reverse voltage across your diode, so whatever the depletion layer, see, this is considered as a depletion layer, right? So when we have applying the negative voltage, it causes some of the depletion layer when VGS equal to 0, that should be increases. हे लक्षात येत आहे का? कारण मी अप्लाय केलेलं व्होल्टेज आता निगेटिव्ह आहे, 0 नाही. प्लीज टेल मी, लक्षात येत आहे का? म्हणजे मी काय करतोय सांगतो, इनिशियली मी 0 म्हणजे काहीच व्होल्टेज अप्लाय केलं नव्हतं. आफ्टर ऑल व्हॉट आय कॅन डू, I can do the things such as VGS indicate that negative voltage is applied to the PN junction diode. Negative voltage indicate that depletion layer ची साईज वाढणार आहे, राईट? तर मग काय होतं, सुरुवातीला याच्यात जवळ होता तो डिप्लेशन लेअर वाढला, याचा पण वाढणार आणि याचा पण वाढणार, बिकॉज बेसिकली टू आर द PN जंक्शन. लक्षात येत आहे का? प्लीज टेल मी, लक्षात येत आहे का नाही, किंवा काय लक्षात येत नाही मला सांगा. मला काय सांगायचं सांगतो, बेसिकली हे PN जंक्शन डायोड आहेत, एवढं लक्षात येत आहे का? प्लीज रिस्पॉन्स द्या. बेसिकली हे पीएन जंक्शन डायोड आहेत. ओके
Yes.
ओके. पीएन जंक्शन डायोड म्हटल्यानंतर पीएन जंक्शन डायोडच्या सगळ्या प्रॉपर्टी यासाठी लागू होतील, बरोबर. ओके. तर आता पहा, ज्यावेळेस मी पीएन जंक्शनला पॉझिटिव्ह व्होल्टेज अप्लाय केलं तर तो काय होईल, फॉरवर्ड बायस मध्ये होईल, राईट. जे आपण मगाच्या याला पाहिलं, 0 किंवा फॉरवर्ड पॉझिटिव्ह व्होल्टेज अप्लाय केलं. पण इथं आपण काय करतोय, निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज अप्लाय करतोय. निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज अप्लाय केल्यामुळे काय झालं, पी ला मायनस, एन ला प्लस झालं, राईट. त्यामुळे अपोजिट व्होल्टेज अप्लायमुळे तुमचा जो डिप्लेशन लेअर होता ना सुरुवातीला, स्मॉलेस्ट डिप्लेशन लेअर होता बायच्या जवळचा, तो त्याची साईज वाढणार आहे. त्याची साईज वाढली, हा, त्याची साईज वाढली, दोन्ही याची साईज वाढली. लक्षात येत आहे. म्हणजे तुमचा इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्लो होण्यासाठी जो एरिया तो वाढला का कमी झाला, मला सांगा.
कमी झालं.
राईट, एकदम बरोबर. सी, when due to the application of this negative voltage, there should be one of the thing happen, that is the area for this traveling of this electron from your source to the drain, that should be reduced, right. So that's why we have again increases this negative voltage, right. Again consider as a, this is a minus 2 volt. Again here we have to, what we have to do, minus 5 volt VGS is applied across the devices. So what happened, due to the more negative voltage, there should be increasing this depletion layer size of this, both increasing the size of this depletion layer, and we have again increases this features start up from 2 5 minus 7, right, minus 2 minus 5 minus 7, right. So one event is coming, two depletion layer means opposite, due to the reverse voltages applied across it, two depletion layer connected to each other. Now tell me what will be the effect of it. मी काय केलंय, मोर अँड मोर निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज वाढत गेलो, मोर अँड मोर निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज वाढत गेलो. एक वेळ असे आले की दोन डिप्लेशन लेअर एकमेकाशी कनेक्ट झाले. सांगा आता काय होईल, त्याच्यातनं जास्तीत जास्त करंट फ्लो होईल का नाही, येस ऑर नो, सांगा.
No, current flow होणार.
Right, एकदम बरोबर आहे. The reason behind it is two depletion layer is connected to each other, so that what happened, there should not be a path from electron from here travel towards the here, right. So that what happened, there should not be current flow through the devices, right. This will be happen with respect to when we are applying the VGS equal to negative, right. So when we have seen the JFET, in that case there are two conditions, VGS equal to 0, VGS equal to negative. VGS equal to 0 indicate that it is as like as PN junction diode with no voltage is applied, right. So no voltage is applied, so that smallest depletion layer which should be formed with respect to your JFET, right. Smallest depletion layer formed with respect to your JFET. But what happened, due to the smallest layer, there should be whatever the area for the traveling of the electron coming from source, that should be more, right. Traveling for this is more area. So in that case, large amount of current flowing through the devices, that current is called as drain current. And that largest amount of current, that's why the particular value of that largest amount of current is IDSS. Okay, see, this is the thing. When what we have to do now, see, I had already told you, gate is control terminal, right. Control terminal indicate that we have applying the voltage between gate and source, right. Why? Because gate and source are the control terminal, right. So that's why when we have to be applying this, have the negative voltage, due to that negative voltage, what happen, the electrons from here, right, traveling from here towards the means source to the drain, right. So it have areas should be less. Why? Because whatever the negative voltage applied, that should be less, consider as a minus 2 volt, right. So size of this depletion layer is increased compared to the earlier, right, where VGS equal to 0. Why? Because we are applying the negative voltage, that is smallest negative voltage, right. So due to the smallest negative voltage, it is as like as minus voltage is applied to the P, so that depletion region size is increases, right. So when we have again increases this negative voltage, so that's why depletion region side should be increasing. One event is coming when we have to be applying the largest amount of negative voltage to depletion layer connected to each other. So that's why no electron from your source to the drain traveling to each other. So this is called as VGS off. VGS off is nothing but a, see, VGS off indicate that it is the gate to source voltage when two depletion layer connected to each other and no current flowing through the device. I'm again tell you what is the definition of VGS off. See, VGS of this is the voltage which should be applied between your gate to source where two depletion layer connecting to each other and no current flowing from your source to the drain, right? That is called as VGS of. ओके, VGS ऑफ लक्षात येत आहे का नेमकं काय? VGS ऑफ म्हणजे दुसरं तिसरं काय नसून आपण VGS ला अप्लाय केलं, गेट टू सोर्स अप्लाय केलेलं व्होल्टेज आहे की जे असं व्होल्टेज असतं की ज्याच्यामुळे टू डिप्लेशन लेअर एकमेकाशी कनेक्ट होतात आणि तुमच्या सोर्स कडे ड्रेन कडे कसलाही करंट फ्लो होत नाही. लक्षात येते VGS ऑफ ची डेफिनेशन? प्लीज रिप्लाय द्या. VGS ऑफ परत एकदा सांगतो, आपण काय करतो VGS ऑफ म्हणजे काय असतं, आपण गेट टू सोर्स व्होल्टेज असा अप्लाय करतो की जेणेकरून तुमचा JFET ऑफ होईल. लक्षात घ्या. तर VGS ऑफ व्होल्टेज म्हणजे काय? VGS ऑफ व्होल्टेज हे असं व्होल्टेज आहे की ज्याच्यामुळे दोन्ही डिप्लेशन लेअर एकमेकाला कनेक्ट होतात. त्यामुळे काय होतं, तुमच्या सोर्स कडे ड्रेन कडे जो करंट फ्लो होत असतात तो कुठलाही होत नाही किंवा काहीच करंट फ्लो होत नाही. त्यावेळेस तुमचा JFET हा ऑफ होतो. त्याला म्हटलं जातं VGS ऑफ व्होल्टेज. ओके, आता तर लक्षात आलं का नाही VGS ऑफ काय असतं ते? रिप्लाय नाही त्याच्यावर तर लक्षात आलेलं नाही. लक्षात घ्या, VGS ऑफ म्हणजे काय असतं, हे तुमच्या JFET ला VGS म्हणजे गेट टू सोर्स व्होल्टेज आपण JFET ला अशा प्रकारे अप्लाय करतो, जे निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज असतं. लक्षात घ्या, अशा प्रकारे अप्लाय करतो की ज्यामुळे काय होतं, तुमचे दोन डिप्लेशन लेअर पहा, दोन डिप्लेशन लेअर म्हणजे कुठला इकडल्या पीचा आणि इकडल्या पीचा दोन डिप्लेशन लेअरला मोर निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज अप्लाय केल्यामुळे ते एकमेकाशी कनेक्ट होतात. पहा, कनेक्ट झाल्यामुळे तुमचे जे सोर्स मध्ये मेजॉरिटी चार्ज केले असतात ना ते तुमच्या ड्रेन कडे जाऊ शकत नाहीत. त्यामुळे काय होतं, तुमचा JFET ऑफ होतो. त्यालाच म्हटलं जातं VGS ऑफ व्होल्टेज. आता लक्षात आलं का?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, we have discussed the same thing with respect to N channel JFET, right? So, all of the things, constructional and operational thing with respect to N channel and P channel are same. Only change is that in your syllabus there should not be all of the constructional thing of the P channel and the its operation, not because the reason is P channel and N channel are basically same. Only thing it changes. लक्षात घ्या, P channel JFET sorry N channel JFET ज्यावेळेस पाहतो ना आपण, पहा 1 minute. This is the N channel JFET. We have compared this P channel, right? This is N channel JFET. Now P channel म्हणल्यावर काय असतं, फक्त इथं P असतं बार आणि इथं दोन N बार अटॅच केलेले असतात. लक्षात घ्या, इथं P असतं आणि इथं N असतं. आणि जे व्होल्टेज, आता लक्षात घ्या, व्होल्टेज इथं आता P चॅनलला जसं तिथं अप्लाय केलं तर तसंच अप्लाय करावं लागेल का, काय चेंज असेल सांगा बरं? त्याच्या ऑपरेशन साठी सेमच व्होल्टेज अप्लाय करावं लागेल का रिव्हर्स होईल? अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हॉट एव्हर द एलिप्स. इथं पहा, आपल्याला काय करायचं सांगतो, तुमच्या JFET मध्ये तुमचं डिप्लेशन लेअरची साईज कमी जास्त करायची, एवढं करायचं. लक्षात घ्या, मग अप्लाय केलेलं व्होल्टेज इथं पहा, आता मी काय सांगतो, इथं P आहे, इथं दोन्ही N आहेत. लक्षात घ्या, तर आपल्याला काय करायचं, हे जे साईज कमी जास्त करायची असेल, जर मी निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज अप्लाय केलं तर साईज कमी जास्त होईल का इन केस ऑफ P चॅनल? सांगा. माझा क्वेश्चन अजून एकदा सांगतो, जर आपण P चॅनलचं कन्स्ट्रक्शन N चॅनल सारखंच आहे, फक्त चेंज काय आहे, इथं N ऐवजी P बार आहे, इथं N असे दोन बार आहेत. लक्षात घ्या, जर मी याच्यासाठी N चॅनलला जसं याला मायनस व्होल्टेज अप्लाय केलं होतं आणि त्याच्यानुसार डिप्लेशन रिजनची साईज कमी जास्त केली होती, राईट, तसं इथं सेम व्होल्टेज म्हणजे जे N चॅनलला अप्लाय केलं होतं तेच P चॅनलला केलं तर चालेल का? सांगा. का चेंज होईल काय? कारण का करायचं आपल्याला, इथं रिव्हर्स बायस ऑपरेशन करायचे. जर मी मायनस जर N ला अप्लाय केलं तर काय होईल, तो फॉरवर्ड बायस होईल. लक्षात येतंय का? प्लीज टेल मी. लक्षात येतं? N ला जर मी निगेटिव्ह व्होल्टेज अप्लाय केलं सच एज अर्लियर कॉन्फिगरेशन तर तो वर्क होईल का?
No, sir.
राईट. सो दॅट्स वाय फक्त व्होल्टेज चेंज करायचं. म्हणजे काय असणार, इथे N बार, इथे P असेल, इथे जे अप्लाय करणार आहे व्होल्टेज ते मायनस न अप्लाय करता आता प्लस अप्लाय करावं लागेल. त्यावेळेस प्लस जर मी अप्लाय केलं तर आणि तरच रिव्हर्स बायस मध्ये जाईल. इथे जे अप्लाय करायचे व्होल्टेज ते सुद्धा आपल्याला चेंज करावं लागणार आहे. लक्षात. त्यानुसार पुढच्या थिंग आहेत आपण त्या परत पुढच्या लेक्चरला पाहूया. ओके, गिव्ह मी द अटेंडन्स. आपल्याला वेळ खूप कमी आहे आणि हा तुमचे रोल नंबर सांगतो. रोल नंबर 13 आहे. रोल नंबर 13. रोल नंबर 13 नाव काय?
येस सर आहे.
नाव सांगा.
सेंड केलंय सर, मी सबमिट केलंय.
केलंय ना? ओके. रोल नंबर 15. 15 कोण आहे? ओके, आलं नाही. 19. रोल नंबर 19. रोल नंबर 19 पण नाहीत का? ओके. रोल नंबर 24. रोल नंबर 24. रोल नंबर 31. 31 पण नाहीत. रोल नंबर 34. रोल नंबर 34. रोल नंबर 37. काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे त्यांना? बाकीच्यांनी सगळ्यांनी सबमिट केलंय ना? ओके, अटेंडन्स घेतो. लवकरात लवकर सबमिट करा. मी लिंक बंद करत नाहीये, लक्षात घ्या. आज जरी तुम्ही सबमिट केलं तरी काय प्रॉब्लेम नाही. ओके.
हॅलो सर.
हा,
सर फायनल एक्झाम ऑफलाईन आहे का ऑनलाईन?
ऑफलाईनच. तुम्हाला काय वाटतं? तुम्ही सगळा स्टडी ऑनलाईन केलेला आहे, त्यामुळे एक्झाम तुमची ऑनलाईन असेल. डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. ऑनलाईनच असणार आहे, कारण काय की तुम्ही स्टडी सगळा ऑनलाईन केलाय. पण पुढच्या सेमला इट इज नॉट राईट, कारण कॉलेज ऑफलाईन होईल, लक्षात घ्या. त्यामुळे या सेमला टेन्शन घेऊ नका, ऑनलाईनच होणार आहे एक्झाम तुमची. ओके. रोल नंबर 1.
Present.
2, 3, 4,
Present, sir.
5,
Present.
6,
Sir. Present.
5. बर, ओके. 6,
Yes, sir.
7,
Yes, sir.
8, 9, 10,
Present, sir.
11, 12, 13,
प्रेझेंट सर.
14,
Present, sir.
15, 16, 17, 18,
येस सर.
19, 20,
Yes, sir.
21,
Present.
22,
Yes, sir.
23,
Yes, sir.
24, 25, 26, 27, 26 present, 27,
Present, sir.
28,
Present, sir.
29,
Present, sir.
30, 31, 32,
Present, sir.
33,
येस सर.
34, 35,
Present, sir.
36, 37. हे येत नसतात का? 15, 19, 24, 31, 34, 37 लेक्चरला नसतात का? यातलं प्लीज रिप्लाय द्या. 15, 19, 24, 31, 34, 37 नसतात का लेक्चरला जास्त? ओके.
सर 38 प्रेझेंट.
38 प्रेझेंट आहे. बरं, आणखीन एक का टेस्ट दाखवा आज
Yes, sir.
तिसऱ्या चॅप्टर. आणि एक लक्षात घ्या, टेस्ट देत असताना अभ्यास करून नीट हे करून द्या. ओके. युनिट 3 वर असेल.